Expansion.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Expansion. This is Rafa. Very special program today. We're talking about El Diablo, the debut single coming out this week, featuring Pablo Escobar. And on the show today, I've got my man Eddie Mongee in the building, the producer of El Diablo. Thank you so much for joining me, brother. God bless you, hermano. My man Eddie Mongee on the beat. And my man Mark Q Busy live via Zoom. What up, Mark, the director of the film clip? What's up, my brother?
Thanks for having me.
Man, thank you so much for joining us in these crazy times. If things were normal, my boy Biz will probably be with us. That was the plan, but as you guys I'm sure know, Sydney's fucking going crazy right now with all this COVID nonsense. So we're doing our best with what we have, but hey, you know, this is commonplace to have the Zoom thing happening. And I'm just happy that we're all together doing this thing. And of course, my boy Paulie B, welcome back, man. Paulie, love you, brother.
Oh, look at that.
Gives himself a round of applause.
Gives himself the clap.
Yeah. I've just introduced two legends and he only gives himself a clap.
Yeah.
You know what? He's become a bit of a dictator lately, man. I've noticed. Yeah, man. Yeah. It's fucking all getting to his head.
Man. It's very in line with the times, Paulie.
Yes, you know, that's right. He's become very Gladys-like. You know what it is actually? Hold on a second. Gladys Berejiklian, Armenian, Paul Balkaban, also fucking Armo. There's a bit of a pattern here. These motherfuckers are taking over. Yeah, Auntie Gladys. We just worked that out. Paulie, cuz have a chat to your auntie, cuz. Tell the bitch to pull up. But for the, on the real, man, for me, and I know for Eddie as well, and of course for Mark as well, this is an awesome time because we get to work doing what we love, producing the song, which we're going to talk about, writing the song, recording the song, mixing the song. Was an awesome experience. And to top it off, the amazing experience, which was filming the clip. And we're going to talk a bit about that too, obviously bringing Mark in. We're going to be talking about this amazing technology called frame sync technology, which is a world first, which is part of this film clip, courtesy of the crew, the family at Cream Sauce, which Mark is a very influential player and a member of that team of Cream Sauce, which of course is a world famous lighting and production, mainly lighting, right, Mark? It's a specifically lighting company, right, for film and cinematography.
Yeah. We make lights mainly for film, so film and TV stuff. But you'll generally see Cream Sauce on feature films.
Feature films, sure. More higher end stuff, right?
Yeah. All the Marvel stuff.
Amazing.
We just finished up Mission Impossible 7.
Thor?
Yeah, all the big stuff. Sorry?
Thor in Australia, was that Cream Sauce as well?
Yeah. Thor. It's endless, man. Ford versus Ferrari.
Wow.
Star Wars.
Respect.
We did The Mandalorian.
Amazing.
The Batman film that's coming out pretty soon. Greg Fraser, Australian ACS DP, filmed Batman, and he's a big Cream Sauce fan. So
amazing.
Yeah, it's
that's incredible, man. Look,
so it's been good.
I'm gonna try my best to not allow Paulie to talk about zombie shit, because every time we talk about fucking movies, Paulie wants to talk about his fucking zombies or some fucking random, you know.
Speaking of zombies, I saw this thing, bro. Let me just say, apparently, have you seen on the CDC website, they actually have a section on their website that is essentially a section to get prepared, how to be prepared for a zombie apocalypse.
Fuck me. All right, look.
No shit, this is on their website.
I do this often at La Finca when people come around and whatever. We like our zen and our peace and whatever. That's why I moved out to the hills of Sydney. We got 5 minutes to fucking vent and unleash all of our COVID shit that has been building up for months, right? 5 minutes Biz, 5 minutes Paulie, 5 minutes Eddie, right?
Yeah.
Fuck this shit. This is all fucked up. It's a conspiracy. Bullshit. The globalists are taking over.
Whoa, Rafa.
It's way over fucking hyped, right?
Hey, Rafa.
Sorry.
I want this video to stay up on YouTube, bro. Take it easy.
They're gonna monetize us, bro.
All right, man. Let's get back on track. Why'd you get me started for, man? You have to mention the CDC.
Hey, it's Paulie talking about zombies. I just sort of added value.
I didn't bring it up once. No, but it's true. The CDC.
Paulie always gets the blame.
Worst case scenario is a zombie apocalypse.
Okay, and Paulie's praying for that.
Yeah.
Because he's ready, bro.
He's prepared.
Because he's been playing, what's it called? What's that game? The
Walking Dead.
He's been playing, bro. He's been at the galleries, at the video galleries for fucking years.
No, but I'm the first to die because of cardio.
All right, man. Sorry, guys. We digress, but that's how it is in these podcasts, man. Expansion. We like to expand. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah, cool, man. So I'll probably take it back to the beginning. El Diablo, the devil, obviously, featuring Pablo Escobar. So the song features the original recordings, intercepts essentially of Pablo Escobar from the era. This is his real voice speaking. It was a thing that came about in the process of coming up with the concept. Eddie Mongee laced me with this incredible beat, and I want to talk a little bit about you and what we're doing and all of that, but we'll probably get to stick with the track. When I heard the song, I heard a lullaby.
Yeah.
I heard almost like a fantasy world type thing. It's got that kind of like journey kind of sound to it. And after requesting a few tweaks, we pitched up a few sections and we made it more trap and less drill, because Eddie's a drill lord, dark lord. I sometimes wonder what happened to him in his childhood that he's so dark. But when he gave me the track, and for those who write rhymes, beats kind of speak to you. Sometimes you write rhymes off the cuff, like without music, but mostly it's the music that speaks to you and kind of takes you somewhere. And this track, again, which is it's Spanish, it's like Latin trap, let's call it, if we were to give it a genre. It's essentially began like a battle track, because it took me down a thing of like, okay, cool, I was called a point to destroy you, to prove a point, and rah rah rah, and this kind of like bravado, which is typical of MCs.
Yeah.
Everyone knows I'm pretty chilled, but when you grab the mic, it's like you want to bash people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's I think that's ancient. But when I started writing it, it kind of had no context, because I like to sort of give things almost like a purpose or a reason for being. I don't just like writing shit for the sake of writing. Not that there's nothing wrong with that, but I also think that there's probably too much of that.
Yeah, heaps.
Where it's like senseless and pointless.
It's just bullshit.
Yeah, and I like to challenge myself to do things maybe a little different, or at least have some sort of a artistic value or whatever. And so then I thought, okay, cool. If there's anyone that's making me this bad motherfucker trying to kill everybody, is the devil.
Yeah.
Who else? So boom, in comes the devil. So then, but who's going to sing the lullaby? Because the lullaby, it's not going to be the devil going.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So and I thought, okay, cool. And when I heard the lullaby, I heard the most famous lullaby in Latin American world, in the Spanish world, which is Duérmete mi niño, duérmete mi corazón, which is what all of our mothers sing to us. Yeah, when we're little babies,
exactly,
right?
Yeah.
So, okay, cool. So now I've got the devil, I've got the mums praying for their kids that I don't destroy them. And then I felt like the track needed something, like someone that I could play off.
Yeah.
And obviously I'm on villain mode. I'm on almost like destroy mode. Yeah. So then I thought, okay, cool. I got to bring another badass in to come in with me.
Kind of come in.
Yeah. And obviously, who's better than Pablo Escobar?
No motherfuckers.
So I brought Pablo Escobar in. How do you bring Pablo Escobar in? So then began the process of searching for the original phone intercepts of Pablo Escobar, which years ago I released a bit of an underground track called Phone Tap, and it featured the phone taps from my case. So then that kind of like almost like sparked off this thing. Oh, maybe I can do the same thing with Pablo. Looked them up, found them, and then found out a way to kind of insert Pablo into this narrative. And in the end, we have the devil orders me to destroy all the rappers in the world, summons Pablo Escobar from the grave. The mothers intercede, praying for the little ones. I go in, I destroy everybody. Right at the end, I turn on the devil, expose him for what he is. The 666 is everywhere. You know, beware of him, beware of his soldiers, the Illuminati. Rah, rah, rah. He's betrayed.
Yeah.
You betrayed me, motherfucker. No! Right? Fire and brimstone. There he is.
There's the cunt.
On the screen. You guys probably can't see him, but we'll show him to you later. And he wants to destroy me. Orders Bill Gates to have me vaccinated. As we all know, that shit is the 666 in a syringe. Get some. And in the end, the mothers... Obviously, I've accomplished my mission. I did, in fact, Pablo and I destroyed all the rappers in the world. And in the end, it ends with, you know, the mother. She's crying under the rain. You know, there's a storm. You know, grey skies above her. Very dramatic ending. And now that the mission's accomplished, the devil's been exposed, but Pablo's come back from the grave.
Yeah.
So he's alive now,
He's
right?
still there.
So he's still there. So then we call each other up on the phone. We jump in the Ferrari with Eddie and the girls, and we're like, "What up, man? Let's go have a weekend together." And he's like, "Yeah, you know, you guys can come and join me on my finca, Jay, in Hacienda Nápoles. Bring all your girls. You're gonna enjoy my presence. We're gonna drink some wine." And essentially, that's the story. So that's the end of El Diablo. The cool thing about that, and to bring Eddie in onto this, Eddie, my Salvadorian Australian brother, who's been coming to my clubs for the past few years.
Fuck, since 18,
Yeah.
23 now.
Yeah. And he was just one of those boys who used to come hang out, whatever. And I remember talking to Sebi a little while ago, and we'll talk about making music and shit, because I've been trying to push DJ Sebi D to get off his fucking ass and do something. It's not working. But shout out to Sebi, man. One of my favorite DJs is not my favorite DJ. And he said, "Hey, man, hey, bro, you should talk to Eddie, man."
That was accurate.
Yeah, man. You know, shout out to Sebi and shout out to all my Latino people in the west of Sydney, man. But a lot of those second generation Latinos, they can't speak English properly and they can't speak Spanish properly.
Yeah, so they're stuck in between.
Stuck in the middle. It's like, yeah, man. It's like, and then they speak to, anyway. Sorry, man. I just lost like 5,000 followers. But I love you, Sebi. And then I thought, man, then I started fucking with Eddie, and I love your work, man. Great progression, man. You're fucking kicking ass, bro.
Yeah, bro, it's picking up a lot.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of work together.
Yeah.
We're several tracks deep into this project that's about to begin.
Plenty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm really looking forward to seeing what you got coming.
We got heaps, man.
Yeah.
Heaps.
We're doing some cumbia, hip hop,
hip hop,
reggaeton, trap.
Still trying to convince you to jump on a drill.
Yeah. Oh, we'll get there, man.
Yeah, all right.
No, but you're talking a lot of other local artists too, which is super exciting. Right?
Yeah. Doing some other guys, yeah.
Awesome, my brother. Yeah. Eddie Mongee on the beat on Instagram. Check him out, my boy.
Hey, Eddie, I just got to say as well that there's been a lot of compliments on the production.
Really?
No one's seen the video yet.
The video, exactly.
Except for the inner circle of the production crew.
Yeah.
And so that's it's made its rounds actually around the world, mind you.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that have actually heard it, and
Agreed.
You might be surprised as to how many people are complimenting the production quality.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah.
So well done, brother. Hats off for the.
Oh, look at that! Give me a clap. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it,
man. Mark, you're spot on, bro. Because every person and look, to be honest, up until now, the majority of people that have heard this song can't speak Spanish.
Yeah.
So obviously they hear the music more than anything else.
Exactly.
And people probably hear music more than anything else. Anyway.
Yeah.
Music, flow, and then lyrics.
Especially
that's
nowadays.
kind of like
Nowadays, mostly like just the beat that drives.
But
the track.
always, hermano, the beat is, if there's a 50-50 or a 60-40, I mean, the beat and the rhymes, right? Like, and the vocals, essentially.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's dope, man. And another thing, too, is very catchy. That nursery rhyme shit is catchy.
That main sound. I remember on the set, I used to hear like everyone's walking around.
Yeah. That's right.
Randomly, yeah.
Man, I'm telling you, bro. Yeah. I mean, it's a shame that no one's complimenting the vocals, but anyway. It's all right, bro. I don't care. Fuck it. I don't give a shit. It's all right. I'll take the song with me. I won't release it.
You sound like Paulie now.
Oi! What was that about?
No.
Yeah, you got. Yeah, I knew it. As soon as I saw him reach over for his little pad, I go, he's got you, bro. You can't fuck with Paulie, bro. He's the god in the studio. Tell me, Mark.
Rafa, we're building up to that, bro. You got to be patient.
Ah, my man. Fuck, this guy should be a politician, bro. You should be a politician, because he's like the mediator here, you know?
Yeah,
like we're all fucking snipering at each other, and Biz is like, yeah, guys, peace and love, Holmes. That's cool, man. And look, I actually want to bring Mark in, because this project obviously has many layers and many things that we can point to and talk about, but essentially it's like we've got a history about the track and the production and the recording and all that, which we kind of covered, and then the clip almost has like a life of its own.
Exactly.
And I'll tell you my 2 cents or how I came into it. Mark and I did a lot of work a long time ago. I actually know you from La Familia days, me going away. Q Busy, was a DJ around town, DJ Q Busy. How would you describe yourself as a DJ, Biz? What were you doing back then? Give us a little spill on your career.
Depends how far back you want to go.
You go all the way back, brother. Used to play a lot of clubs.
Yeah, because before that it was rapping, right? It was with Drastic. That's like back in the Chocolate City days and
get the fuck out of here
and all that stuff.
I didn't know that, man.
Bro, we were that's going way back, bro. We used to be ushered into the clubs. I was only 16.
Wow.
At the time. And we were
tell us about that, man.
We were rapping, and it was myself, Sesh.
Of course, man.
Sesh.
Shout out to Sesh, man. Of course I know Sesh, yeah.
Sesh is my brother.
Mm-hmm.
And Craig Hennebury, the three of us, the
name rings a bell, man.
Thing. Man, I can't even remember. I kind of wish we had the recordings of the stuff that we did back then, because it was
it's been lost.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I really wish someone's got it somewhere.
Yeah,
but
let's put a call out right now, man.
Yeah,
if anyone's got Drastic, right? Anyone got any Drastic material, man?
Material,
pull it out.
Because Drastic doesn't have Drastic material.
Yeah.
But so that was back then, and then moved into your field, Eddie, making beats and stuff. That was well before DJing.
Yeah.
And DJing was kind of like a natural progression to that, because of course the club circuit. And,
money to be made.
Involved. It's the easiest way to really get involved and network and all that kind of stuff. So, but after having kids, I had kids quite young, and
beautiful family, man. Shout out to Yale. Shout out to the girls. Congratulations too, man. You got a beautiful family, bro.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
I've got my kids here, Eddie and Paulie too. Say hi. Say hi, guys. Salud, negro.
Rafa.
And cheers to Mark too, man. Mark, hey, hold on, Paulie. Sorry, man. One moment for cheers, because I put him on the fucking tea drinker at the start of the podcast. Like, Mark's probably having a tea. Motherfucker's drinking. What are you drinking? Canadian Club.
Canadian Club.
Man.
Yeah. But I got some. As soon as I finish this, I got another one. But as soon as I finish that, I'll crack that.
Oh,
shit. He's got the
Mark Digger. Damn. This is like an episode of Drink Champs now.
Yeah.
Sorry, Paulie.
Depends how long this podcast goes for.
I mean, we can work on that. Salud, hermano.
Rafa, every episode we do now with ex-DJs or rappers or MCs, all underage going to clubs back in the day.
Indeed. Times were very different, bro. And actually, there's something that I wanted to say. Those were pretty cool times, right, Biz? Like, I know probably most teenagers would say that, you know, that period between 16 and 20, 25, whatever it is, that's probably special for everybody. But when we look back to that era, obviously before internet and all that, and it was a lot more organic, and there was a bit more of a community vibe, and there was lots of like love in the clubs, and it was a quite it was a scene. It was a proper scene. Whereas, you know, later on,
it was a scene, and it was like a true subculture, you know. And when you think about it, at that time, like in Australia, that R&B and hip hop scene was somewhat, it was very niche, and
that's right
at that time. So it was a real subculture, and it was kind of like, it was fun to be a part of that. You know?
Definitely.
There's a lot of things that came out of that. A lot of babies came out of that culture.
Oh, most definitely, brother. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there was a lot of practicing going on too. Hey,
but it was
back to the clip. You know, and a little bit of background. We actually shot a clip for DTF, 2013. Right, 2013, 2012, around then.
Around that time,
that there was some complications following that clip. That story maybe for another day. But the reason why I bring all of that up is because, you know, we've known each other for a long time, and then over the years, not much else happened. But I was well aware that you'd gone down to Victoria just through like whatever social media and this and that. So I thought, our Biz is gone. Last year, I wanted to start shooting clips for these songs coming out, and, you know, this kind of COVID time and energy that I had to myself to actually get back in the booth and write and stop fucking chasing, you know, the nightclub promoter and event side and all these things. And I began speaking to all these people, and it wasn't flowing, and a lot of people were kind of like doing their best with best intentions, but nothing was happening. And I got to give credit to, and I don't think you know this story, Biz, because I was actually holding it for a moment like this. Shout out to my motherfucking brother, Uncle Abe, MC Uncle Abe, my brother from another mother, because and he does this very often, man. A lot of people will say he talks a lot of shit, myself included sometimes. Nah, just pulling you. But the guy, I was like, nah, man, you know, I'm talking to this, I'm talking to that, it's not happening, you know. And he goes to me, man, what about fucking Mark, man? And I'm like, Mark? I go, dude, the guy's like in Melbourne, you know. And he goes, nah, man, hit him up, hit the nigga up, man, fucking rah, 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 you know. And I'm like, okay, cool. And I rang you, and you were like, yeah, actually, bro, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, one phone call turned into another one and another one. And there was that flow that one can always, can only hope for when you're trying to make shit happen and get shit done. And the rest is history, bro. We linked up again, and initially it was going to be something quite small, and just in the studio, you know, for the first one, you know, maybe we'll put a projector in the background, and you know, and then Busy obviously being very artistic. It was like, we can bring in some of this and some of that, and then perhaps you can jump in, hermano, because I think that's where you really let it fly. With all of your resources, your knowledge, the people around you, and obviously you've been knee deep in the industry for a long time. So tell us about your journey in the game with Cream Sauce, what you're up to nowadays, what you do on a regular basis, and then where we kind of come back to this moment where we're making all this magic together with a clip.
Yeah. Well, So if we go back to the time where we did the DTF clip, that was really the very early stages of us, Elle and I, getting into the film stuff. That was like, you know, it kind of started with photography, and natural progression from photography is getting into motion.
Yeah.
And so we got into that, and from there we did.
Puppy.
We invested in a lot of equipment and a lot of cameras and lenses and stuff, and we started shooting a lot of music videos actually. We shot a few short films and TV ads and stuff like that, and we eventually started our own production company called Third Eye Creative, and we were doing a lot of stuff. So we were doing. To be honest, it wasn't very fun. It wasn't like a lot of pretty stuff. It was actually quite mundane corporate stuff. But that's
Australia.
What you got to do. That's where the money is, right? So a lot of it was kind of quite boring.
Yeah.
And so we did a few other love jobs in between, but you could tell the things that you enjoy doing is that you don't make money on.
It's a small market, yeah.
Yeah. So we did that for some time, and I had an opportunity for a business opportunity in Melbourne, and took that, and so we relocated, and we were there for 6 years actually in Melbourne. And Melbourne's awesome place. Well, it was. I don't know how it is now, but
Sydney,
it was a great
Sydney
place.
Not much better nowadays, man.
Hey. Yeah, exactly.
Planet lockdown.
But let's not go down that rabbit hole. But for the time being, it was really good, man. It sparked a lot of creativity, and the reason that I went there for, the business opportunity that I went there for, fell flat on its ass, and we were there, and so. We were very lucky that something else came up that was really cool, and I actually got into heavily into marketing, which was kind of again a natural progression.
Sure.
If you're shooting corporate stuff, become and you're directing it and you're producing it.
Sure.
You're always thinking about story. You become a storyteller and how you convey a message.
Yeah.
And so I think from that I developed a bit of a marketing brain, and so I moved into a marketing position for a global company, and that was really awesome. That was good, and that took me all over the world, and I was able to continue doing what I love doing, and that was creating high-end content.
Awesome.
But getting off the tools and more producing, more directing and stuff like that. So and then that took me down the path of marketing. And so then I jumped over to Cream Sauce with the boys from Cream Sauce, who I became close buddies with on the international circuit. We met up in Vegas, and every couple of months we would meet up overseas, and became very close with them. And I loved what they were doing. Again, local guys, but very big on the international scene.
Cream Sauce is an Australian company, right?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Company.
Good to hear, man.
But dominating in Hollywood.
Wow.
Doing
awesome.
really, really well.
So,
and
sorry, bro. How long have you been with Cream Sauce now?
3 years now.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, coming up on 3 years. Yeah.
Right. So, am I right to say that obviously being quite involved in the industry, obviously, you got access to wealth of knowledge and experience, but also the players. And fortunately, this time around, at least, that this almost incredible timing with this frame sync technology with the company had been working for a while, and it all sort of came to fruition this year in 2021, right?
Yeah, that's so. When you called me for the idea that you had, as soon as you started talking, my mind was ticking over, and I was sussing out what you were thinking about, because I had this project that I needed to deliver a content piece on, and I was thinking about how I'm going to represent the technology visually.
Sure.
And then when you started talking about it, I thought, hang on, there could be something here. And
amazing.
Yeah. So the more you talked about it, the more it got my mind kind of going on what we could do with it. And your ideas were pretty, I guess they were constrained within what you thought your means were.
Of course.
You know? So the ideas were, it still would have been cool.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I was thinking of a whole another thing.
Yeah.
So it was good when you gave me the lowdown on it. I thought we could definitely do something with it.
Man,
definitely.
I mean, I already knew, and I know that about the incredible timing and the synchronicity, which is something I've learned in life to accept, recognize, and welcome. But for everyone out there, man, like I remember last year and even into this year, for months, banging my head, speaking to different people, thinking, "Fuck, why isn't this happening?" You know, and fast forward a few months, and here we are. But tell me something, Biz. Tell us about FrameSync technology, Ben. In layman's terms, explain to us what it is and what it allows film producers and filmmakers to achieve.
Sure. Yeah. So, in a nutshell, well, firstly, Cream Source, we make lights for LED lights for Hollywood productions, and what the FrameSync technology does is it allows you to connect the light to a camera, and when you connect that light and you sync the light to the camera, you actually sync to the camera's shutter speed. So, for example, if you're shooting high frame rate stuff, you can actually program each frame to behave independently. So you can turn a frame on or turn it off and at a certain color individually per light, and you can daisy chain as many lights as you like, up to thousands of them if you needed to. So what that does is it opens up this possibility for doing all of these crazy effects, and for the average Joe out there, it's kind of hard to visualize what that means.
Sure.
This music video actually gave us an opportunity to play around with a couple of those things.
Yeah.
And for example, one of those things are the Pablo running from the police.
Sure.
Turning around and firing the gun. You see the emergency light, the police lights going.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, when you're shooting high frame rate stuff, it's very difficult to flash lights, or it's impossible almost to flash lights whilst you're in a high frame rate, because the refresh rate, the pulse of the light is too slow for the open time of the shutter of the camera. So therefore you get half of the frame that's not exposed properly, or it's black and it just looks all messed up. So in this instance, it's not. So what we were able to do here is manipulate the lights so they look like they're in real time whilst Pablo's running.
So to try and explain that a little bit better, high frame rate means in, say, 800 flashes per second, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
800 frames per second.
Right, and what? Yeah, so flashes of the camera, what I mean, not the lights. So the camera opens up 800 times. Up. So yes. Essentially, you've got 800 photos in 1 second, and that's
in 1 second.
That's right, and that's correct. What gives you the movement, and the light is now speaking to the camera, and they are either pulsating, let's say, together at the same time. So you don't have torn frames, right? Where you might have like the shutter open and the light closed, and vice versa.
Exactly.
Right.
Yep.
And most people will think, okay, cool, but the fact that you can fully control that and also have this, like you said, daisy chain all the lights, it allows you to have one shutter exposure of the camera with a blue light over here, closes, green light over there, closes, yellow light over there, closes, red light, and that effect is quite unique, right?
Yeah. It's something that you can't
put into work.
You can't do that in post-production. I mean, you could emulate that kind of look, I guess, in post-production if you're on a green screen or something. But this is an in-camera effect.
Sure.
Yeah, there's something quite different about effect being real in camera than it being a post effect. Yeah.
I remember talking to you about what we wanted to do, and and thinking, okay, cool, yeah, man, I like that idea. You know, we started talking about bringing in elements into the studio and what we're going to project in the background to kind of give it life. And then you mentioned to me about this thing that you were working on and whatever, and I was like, okay, cool, well, show it to me. You know, like always with visuals and even with sound, you want to see it, you want to hear it. And I remember the day we were in the coffee shop across the street from Marrickville Studios there, where we ended up shooting the clip. Shout out to Sydney prop specialist in Marrickville. We're in that little coffee shop. You pulled out the laptop and you showed me the first test of the technology, which was the brother, what was his name, sorry?
Sasha.
Shout out to Sasha, man, with the big hair.
Yeah.
Man. And I remember seeing it and going, what the fuck is this? It was like some like epileptic fit looking thing, you know, with all the, and that was just with the two lights, almost like in its most basic presentation of the tech, right?
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, fuck, man, let's do whatever we got to do to get this into the clip, because it was amazing. And I knew that if Biz was getting excited, and the brother Bruno, who in later conversations was there as well, which of course is a super experienced director of photography. Yeah. I was like, fuck, wow, all right, cool, man. If the geeks are excited, then, you know. And they were talking about, yes, no, because we can go, so 25 frame rates per second, 800. Yeah, bro, it was these Chinese, right? What the fuck is this? So that was pretty cool, man. And then everything that came after, because obviously with the, I guess, the opportunity to be first on set, we were able to bring into the clip a whole bunch of people, which probably, to be fair, would otherwise have not been interested in such a project, because, you know, it was just a film clip in a studio, you know, a bunch of, you know, cool boys, whatever. But without that frame sync technology, that sort of lure of wanting to be a part of the project, we probably wouldn't have been able to work with these guys, right, Biz? Would that be a fair assessment?
Yeah, well, it was really, we were lucky because we got, I guess, the participation of some pretty heavy hitters and experienced crew. Yeah. And it was cool because we all got to do something that hasn't been done before. Yeah. At all, anywhere. Yeah. And so that's what's really interesting about this clip, is that it really is a world first. Sure. In many ways, and we, the technology itself, we kind of sprinkled it in the music video. We didn't want to overcook it. That's right. There's a few moments there because there's only so much of specialist effects and novelties that you want to do. So it kind of lent ourselves to making a more conventional music video, and then adding, little moments of this tech to help actually tell the story more. And I think it worked good, man, to tell the story, especially for the Pablo scene. Yeah. And for the lightning, for the mother. Yeah, the mother. Yeah, stuff was really, really cool. And I mean, look, got to definitely give a shout out to Bruno Kataoka. Ah, yeah. CS. Who is the director of photography for this music video. Yeah. And the cinematographer. I've worked with Bruno for many, many years. Beleza. And, Bruno, beleza do Brasil, meu irmão. Sorry. Yeah, he's a brother, and he's an extremely talented cinematographer, and he actually brought a lot to the table as well. That's right. You'd agree, Rafa, with ideas and stuff on approaching this, and he got quite heavily involved in the pre-production of it. That's right. Where he didn't need to be, but he chose to because he was passionate. Genuinely interested, and so that added a lot of value to the whole thing, I think. Yeah. Whilst we're doing shout outs, I definitely have to give a shout out to Borche Demchevsky, who is our high-speed cinematographer. Sure. He's a high-speed specialist. That's the Phantom, right? And cinema. Yeah. See, so I know my shit now, bro. I walk out of there like I know everything now. Huh? The Red and the Phantom. Huh.
Your job's safe. Don't worry, busy. I won't take it.
But it was we were really lucky to have these extremely talented guys on our side.
Incredible, man. Incredible. Storm as well.
Yeah.
The gaffer.
I mean, yeah, Storm. Big shout out to Storm.
And his beautiful Thai woman. She was there as well. Doing a thing, man. Sawadee Kap.
Yep. In the family.
Yeah, man. That was awesome.
In the family.
Yeah.
Storm he's a big cream sauce advocate. What worked well for us is that he already had a whole bunch of lights that I didn't have access to easily.
The Vortex.
And so it worked out well that he had a whole fleet.
SpaceX and Vortex. Which one?
SpaceX, Vortex. Oh, look at you, Rafa. You're like
man,
all over
smart.
It,
it's call me.
Cream sauce, call me. Yeah. What?
Yeah, but Storm's a brilliant gaffer, and he's actually a director and filmmaker himself.
Yeah.
He's actually got a couple of films on Netflix at the moment that he's directed. He's a sci-fi and thriller.
I would have now that you say it, bro, he came across as a bit of a, Star Trek fan, one of those guys, like you got to give him a high five, and he does these ones. And look, the other thing I want to say to everybody that was involved, and there's a few people from our side as well, but at probably not the best of times, let's say, given that we were, at the beginning of this huge lockdown in Sydney and this pandemic and all this stress and everything, everybody came together. It was amazing vibe. There was no ego. Everybody was cool. Shout out to Jackie Stunt Woman. Shout out to Lore as well. They helped us out. Paulie B, Eddie. Shout out as well to the girls that joined us on the set as well. To Lily, to Carolina, and to Melly. Thank you so much. Beautiful girls. It's always nice to have a feminine touch, in the clip. And also to my Candy. Do you know? Papi? Which was real nice. But tell me something, Biz. We had Fire in there. The brother Nathan, right?
So the Nathan,
Nathan
and Jamie, which are Borche's sons, and they were the follow focus.
No, but the armorer, and the
yeah. So Dan is the armorer, but
my bad, man, Dan.
Sorry, brother.
Mentioning
Nathan,
sure.
I think they definitely deserve.
Man, they were all over it, bro.
Shout out because those young men are absolute wizards when it comes to pulling focus, and not many people understand how important their role is.
Sure.
And we only got through the days, which was super ambitious, man. We did the whole thing in 2 days.
In 2 days, yeah. That's right.
But
long days, but 2 days, yeah.
Yeah. But if they weren't as on point as what they were with focus pulling, we would have struggled.
Yeah,
but,
indeed.
Our armorer was and effects guy was Dan.
Yeah. Shout out to Dan, man.
So he helped us with
Fire on the set.
Sig Sauer, P262 or something like that, I think, and that was actually the gun that Pablo had on him when he passed, I think.
Yeah,
that's the actual gun.
And what did Rafa do? Break it.
He fucking broke it.
You broke it.
Yeah, actually, we can talk about that because that's quite freaky, man. So this has never happened to Dan, the brother Dan. And I said Nathan, sorry, bro. But so he's never had a gun die on him, but the gun died on the final shot that we were doing, obviously with blanks.
Yeah.
But we popped the gun probably about 10 times, 6 or 7 times, let's say.
Yeah. Yep.
And then on the last take,
more.
Maybe more because you were going for double shots. And
yeah. So actually anyway, this take, we can't see it anyway. So on one of these takes, the last take, I shot the gun and the gun died, but the actual camera died as well. Remember?
Yeah. So on that shot, the camera kind of
glitched.
The battery ran out on the Phantom.
Yeah, but we can't see it, right, Paulie? You're showing
not
it.
That one.
Paulie's showing it. It's the
close up of that one.
Yeah, but it's coming up. So there's the real gun popping off. There's Eddie shooting guns like he does in Liverpool, and that one there, that shot there.
Yeah. So that shot. Yeah, you're right, Rafa. Two things happened. After that fail.
Yeah.
But on that shot, the camera battery died.
Yeah.
And so it was actually corrupted. So
the frame was
thank God there was
yeah.
a fair bit of it was there, but there were a few frames that were corrupted. And
that's what happens when you fuck with the devil, man.
You fucked with
When you fuck with the devil,
so this is where Lewis gets a shout out, man.
Luis Pimenta, mi tocayo, meu irmão, Central Coast in the building. What up, man? Sao Paulo in the building, man.
Yeah.
Sorry. The Latino comes out, you know, we're fucking loud country, you know. Ay, 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 It's the fucking coffee Patron, bro.
Yeah, you already here.
I know, salud, papi. Salud, biz. On an empty stomach too, motherfucker. That's what's up. Salud.
Yep, same.
Yeah, but thank God Lewis, he salvaged that shot, man.
Big shout out to Lewis, man, because he went above and beyond too. The brother was, you know, he did his thing too, and shout out to the guys at Color Sock as well. With the editing and the brother Jared. You want to speak a little bit about Jared just to kind of finish off on the shouts, because he was like the finishing part of the piece of the puzzle, no? The colorist.
Yeah. So what was to make this project even a little bit more interesting is that we shot it in a way where we were thinking about mastering it in high dynamic range in HDR, and that is something that's actually not very common, especially in Australia. There are not many finishing suites that actually do HDR. And Jared actually has worked on a few HDR projects before. He did Peter Rabbit with James Corden. And we got him just in time, because now he's left. He's back to the UK, actually working on another big feature. But shout out to Jared, because he actually put in so much work on this.
He did, bro.
Getting, because it was a technical job, like getting the color right for high dynamic range and standard dynamic range. He managed to get everything in the pocket so that we could achieve excellent images for both standards, and it's compliant for HDR10, for Dolby Vision. He nailed it. And all I can say is, anybody out there that at the time that this goes live, if you have a HDR television, OLED TV, and you have a HDR device like a Apple TV or a Google Chromecast or something like that, please watch this in HDR on OLED TV. It looks insane.
Sure, because I mean, on YouTube, you got to tell YouTube that you want to watch it. Or if you want to watch it on 4K or HDR, you got to go to the settings, right, and flick it.
No,
you don't.
No.
It automatically does.
Yeah, it automatically does it. As long as you're playing it through a HDR device. Some TVs will automatically do that.
Okay,
but, if the TV doesn't automatically do that, you need to play it through like a Google Chromecast Ultra or an Apple TV, and it'll switch over to HDR. It
Biz,
really looks
tell us about perhaps your favorite part of the clip, or what did you like the most about doing the clip and doing this video?
Oh man, there's a lot to like, but I got to say, the thing that was really cool was working with the crew that we had. That was probably like the main thing, because there was because it was such a time, we were so time poor. We're trying to achieve so many things in 2 days. Each reset and each setup, we had to be quick. Jackie Murray, stunt woman Jax.
Shout out to Jax, man.
Was my first AD.
Love Jax, man.
Director on it, and
she's awesome, bro.
She was so good at keeping everything on time as best as we could.
Sure.
And without her, I don't think we would have. We would have got there.
Agreed.
But, I think it was just working with the crew, bro. We had a really good team. And if I was to say my favorite shot or favorite scene, it's definitely Pablo, man, with the gun. that for me was just
definitely. Yeah, man.
Everything, each sequence of that scene was just next level. I've never seen. You look at it on the screen, like even on the BTS, you look at that on the screen and it's like, holy shit.
True, bro.
Something else.
I know, amazing. Yeah, great times, man. What about you, Eddie? What's your favorite part of the clip? Because I know for you, obviously, I mean, this is all new territory for all of us, but for you, it was like being thrusted into something
brand new. Everything.
Yeah.
Well, the Ferrari, because it's the Ferrari.
Sure.
But fuck, that car's uncomfortable, man.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I haven't been in a car that's so squished.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
But the Ferrari shot, man.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool,
Yeah, so we got Eddie, myself, and the three ladies in the back.
Up in the back, yeah.
And we take a video call from Pablo Escobar.
From the man.
And we're hooking up the party for the weekend.
Yeah.
We're cruising in the Rari and Eddie's doing his thing there.
Yeah.
Even though he's on his L plates. We'll put the L's on the Ferrari.
We should have put the L's on and stuck them on.
We'll put the L's on the Ferrari. Before I go to Paulie, because Paulie said that he would only do this show with the condition that he talks about something that he wants to take credit for.
Oh, that was my idea.
Look, I'm not going to get into it, but let me just finish.
Here we go.
Save the worst for last. For me, it was an incredible experience. Personally, it was proof and confirmation and reaffirmation that this is something that I really would love to do for life, but also that I enjoyed so much. You know, when you do like a 16-hour day and you're not one bit tired at the end of it, because your endorphins, your adrenaline, and everything is flying. Getting into those characters and getting in front of the camera and making a fool out of myself and being surrounded by all these incredibly talented people that are all there to achieve the one goal and the one mission, which is to get the most amazing product possible. There's a lot of strength in that team kind of environment, and everyone sort of putting their shoulder to the wheel and getting the best out of it. I mean, if I was to say how many people we had on the set, would I be right to say, what do we have, like 15 people there, Biz?
Oh, no, more than that.
More than that?
Yeah,
Sure.
definitely more.
Yeah.
It would have been like...
I mean, yeah.
Because we had... the other thing, too, is we had amazing behind-the-scenes crew.
Sure.
We had, photography. We had,
of course,
I think it was... Because if I think about the... if I think about the call sheet, it was like almost 30 people.
Yeah, man, that was crazy.
Yeah, it was almost 30 people.
Yeah, that was crazy, and I hope that we did it justice. And you know, and back to myself, you know, in the back of my mind, when my mama passed away in 2017, and one thing she made me promise was that I would get back into creative music, production, the things that she knew from when I was a kid that I loved doing the most. And along the way, for whatever reason, it didn't happen. It didn't pan out that way. So a lot of the journey comes back to a promise that I made to my mama on a deathbed. So, you know, from time to time, as I often do when I'm having these sort of moments of like, wow, this is pretty cool, I was thinking about her. So it was a beautiful thing, and obviously I have to thank everybody involved, because incredible experience. And hopefully we'll get to do many more. Biz, Eddie, everybody. But as I was saying,
Rafa, before you go on, I've got to say one thing though.
Tell me, please.
And that is that one thing that was evident too from when we started filming your performance.
Yeah.
You know, we could tell the initial takes you were kind of feeling it out. You know, starting to feel
stiff.
The vibe of what it was, but from halfway through the first day, or less than halfway, you know, through when we started with the fire stuff, which was kind of like the most challenging too, physically for you, because it was it was hot.
Yeah, it was cooking.
Standing in between two flamethrowers is not easy. And a bit confronting too.
I felt like a Portuguese style chicken.
Roasting around.
Oh no!
Probably the best way to get you warmed up. But bro, you did a great job, man.
Thanks, bro. Respect.
In taking on the characters, and a lot of people don't understand what it's like actually to be in front of the camera. It's a completely different psychology. It's a different thing altogether, and you did a great job, bro.
Thank you, man. Respect.
You're seasoned professional.
yeah, that's right. Not at all.
You faked it. You did a good job of faking it, bro.
Man, you know what? It was fun, bro. I mean, I guess it's like anything, man. When you do something for the first time like that, so to hear that from you and also a couple of the boys were making similar comments is beautiful. Good to hear, man. And again, I think it looks pretty good. But I do have to go to Paulie because Paulie did say there was something incredibly important.
He's aching to get it out.
No, he said he had a very significant contribution to the project. What was that, Paulie?
No, I just need some feedback from something that... There's a scene in there where we dealt with cash when we throw it in the air.
Okay.
Did everything get returned? Or?
Yes.
They weighed it in?
They did. So when the props that were in use, the lady who handles the props at the studio, she told me that when they hire out the fake money, that every time it got returned, there'll be lots of money missing because obviously people keep the money, right?
Yeah.
So they actually weigh it. They weigh the money, bro. Yeah, so they weighed it on the way out and they weighed it on the way back in to make sure that all those ridiculously big size $100 bills were returned.
What's funny, that scene too, I remember. I think there was one scene where we had to grab the money and throw it.
Yeah, that's right.
And I'm watching Paulie. He goes to throw it. As he chucks it, he actually chucks the whole stack, and you watch the whole stack go flying.
That's right.
And he's like... Yeah. Just watching, I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. Like, how the fuck do you manage that? Just throw it in the air, man.
No,
but he threw the whole stack together. That's all you see is...
Hey, Paulie, you're not going to say that this was heavier when you returned it, are you? Stacks to it.
Yeah, I don't know where he was going with that.
Hey,
but
I just want to say, Rafa, thanks for feeding us. Sorry I went overboard with your credit card.
Man, it was good. It was pretty good, man. Shout out to Shook. It was nice. Our croissants and the whole thing was catered quite well with sushi. That was very nice. And speaking of the sushi, Paulie, you wanted to mention something that you wanted to take credit for.
No, so they had a special part to bring the plates and they didn't bring it.
Okay.
So Eddie came up with an idea to put sushi in a cup. So
there you go.
Yeah.
Sushi in a cup is...
And then everyone started doing it, and then Paulie was like, "Oh, that was my idea."
Wow!
He started telling everyone. But now he just said it was Eddie's idea.
All right. So QBZ cream sauce frame sync technology world first. Yeah. Eddie
Sushi
produces this amazing track. The producer for the song, me, writer, performer, whatever, played all these characters.
Yeah.
And Paulie sushi in a cup. Ladies and gentlemen. Hey, you know what the funny thing is, but Paulie will probably make a fucking 100 million out of that, and we'll just be like those creative cool guys in high school that don't make it to anything.
And I'll be like, fuck man, that was my idea.
Paulie the armor cunt, him and Gladys will be fucking counting millions, and she'll be off the ICAC getting fucking investigated for corruption, because she gave fucking Paulie Balkaban his government grant for his first sushi in the cup fucking. Fuck me, we're talking a lot of shit, man. Awesome. But look, man, we'll probably leave it at that. Unless you guys really wanted to say something before we wrap it up, because I think we kind of covered everything.
Yeah, we covered everything,
I think we've spoken enough. Biz, you're good there, all the way in.
Hey, just thanks for getting me involved, bro. It was
God bless you, bro.
I enjoyed it. It was a lot of work, but
yeah, man.
I gotta say, enjoyed every minute of it.
Yeah, same, bro. And from the heart, bro, because you can create good things, you can work with people and make good business, whatever, but then there's the personal touch, which is equally as important. and it was an amazing experience with yourself first, and then with everybody else. And like I was saying before, I look forward to much more, man, because I know we've got a few other things in the pipeline that hopefully will materialize. We're kind of swimming against the tide simply because, logistically speaking, it's very hard to shoot clips right now because of everything that's going on with all the limitations. But thank you, my brother, de corazón, from the heart. Eddie, man, love you, bro. Many more work to do. I know that even when we jump out of here, we're going to stick our heads in the booth and
100%.
And keep playing around with our toys and our music and our beats and our things, man. Lots more to come. Super excited about all these things that are coming. We're going to be dropping heaps of tracks following this one. So I'm super excited about that. And Paulie, man, I love you too, my brother. Thank you for everything, man. You want to say anything? He's a fucking downer. Come on, Paulie. What happened to you, brother?
He's being serious now, man. Come on.
Yeah, man. I'm being honest from the heart, and that's what I get. Yeah, there you go. He's got nothing to say now. All right, guys. But thank you so much, man. Expansion Podcast. Good to be back. We've had a very hard time being on air for obvious reasons, because everything going on with COVID and everything. But great to be back. I hope you guys check out El Diablo, available on YouTube and all platforms, both, obviously video and audio. And look forward to much more, man. Big shout out going out to Crash Claim, our foundation sponsors, meeting new friends by accident, Cube Corp Construction. My name is El Rafa. Respect, much love, and God bless. We'll see you guys soon, man. Thank you so much, guys. Gracias. Hey, Biz, you're the man, bruh.
That's a wrap.
Thank you.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Rafa. Hit that like button. Subscribe, whichever one that is, whatever it is. Please follow us. Please you support, share, tell your friends, like, subscribe, hit that button, please. Thank you so much.